This will be Chronicles Part 3. And what we have just done is gone into David being told that a son through him will be born and he will have a kingdom, or his kingdom will be forever. 17 starts out that this is a small thing in thy eyes. Yeah, right. That isn't quite true, so we got to get rid of those words. The blue highlighted text is being removed. The green highlighted words are words that I'm adding. This is the New American Standard 1977 Bible, and I'm ripping it apart and proving there is these small hidden formats within the text. This right now is a 3 verse text. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right. It's not a house. It's talking about his kingdom, Jesus's kingdom in heaven, and it's not David's house that was. I guess I don't know quite how to explain what the house is. But if I go over here into the NSAB and show you that if I clicked on the word, what was it? This is house here, and it's talking about a home house. Okay, well, David has just gotten a house built. Okay, maybe not yet. So he doesn't really have a house, and it's thy servant's house for a great while to come. It's actually his son, through his sons Jesus is going to come. And what we have here is this trickery of words, or stupid words, of using the word house. So I'm changing the word house to kingdom, and it should be this color because it's such a big difference than what I could actually say it's common. And that's what I'm using this / sign, is to say I'm taking this word and I'm making it this word. And a lot of times when I use the concordance, the word while might just have the word yet. No, it doesn't. So that's why it's far off. Now, if I showed you the word yet or while here, and could I use one of these other words in here? Well, no, they're just too far apart. So, but it does mean that I'm replacing this word with this word. And then what I have here is, according to the standard, I've made the word living. What do you mean? I mean, when the text is saying this, I don't know what people are imagining in their mind, because I know they have a hard enough time just trying to read the words correctly, and they're all chopped up and distorted. But the object is to regard me according to the standard of a man. Now, man is being used wrong here. I'm using it as right, but when that would be a male, okay, not a man. Man, our Creator's definition is one male, one female is man. I created man, male, and female. So here I'm using it as male and female, the proper way. And I got to use the word living here for the simple fact that according to the standard, well, the standard is a male and a female live together as one. Okay, that's the way he wanted. That's the way he wants things. So I have to add the word living for man, because when you understand that this text is about Jesus, he's going to be the greatest and he will come from me. And this is David talking to our Creator. He was just told that up here in these verses here by Nathan. Um, so the thing here is uh, he has to uh, reflect on his words coming as his son in according to what, who am I type of thing, as he's asking. But regard me as according to the standard. Well, David was a male that our Creator um, made king, and he was going to clean up the problems that the nation Israel started splitting apart and doing its own thing. David brings them back together. But how do you call that according to the standard? Uh, be, so, anyways, I guess I'm rattling on too much here. Let's get on with this text here. I'm changing it to living. And he will be our highest. Now, the word high is um, there in the text. Here, over here, the word high, okay. High degree, stairway steps, okay. They're using two Hebrew words together. So high degree is um, put together like this one time. So I guess it's one time that these two are together. And that doesn't really make sense. He's of a high degree. He is our highest male. I'm using it as EST here because he will be our highest for YV. According to what our Creator said, he's going to make him his servant, his son. He's going to guide him as well and help him out. So the thing here is this is the first time I'm putting in, it says high degree. Well, I'm going to put them kind of together as saying highest, okay? But he is our highest. So Trinitarians, here you can argue with the word high degree because David's saying that he's going to be our highest. Coming down here, I'm adding the word just and do, kind of / I'm kind of replacing the word do with the word just. Now, after David defeated the Philistines, he took their fortress, not their towns, this fortress, and the land of Philistine. Now, a town, the way I have the definition of a town, even at this time, is a village of people, okay? A city is larger. It has the stores. It has a marketplace where people are doing this. You got to come buy foods. You can. They even have inns for travelers. So that's a city. A fortress is a fortified city, and when you look at the three, let me pull this map up here. The Ashdod, Ashkelon, and Ikarn, I don't know, whatever. These three cities we still have today, and when you look at them, you can tell that they're fortified cities. So using this fortresses to say that all three of these is what I'm using here instead of the word towns. And not the hand of the Philistines, but from the land of the Philistines. Let me bring that back up a second to show you. David is going to chase them down past these rivers. Here they are, and the story is David's going to take them out down through there. And I think this is going to be like the first step that was taken. And then yeah, the rest of the maps are pretty much reflecting this that's there for a long time during David, and then all of a sudden he chases them down. And well, right now the story is he's chasing him out of here. Okay, so the Philistines out. Now, that's why I've got the word land. He took their fortresses. Well, if he took the fortresses, he had to take it from their land, not just their hand. David defeated this guy here. Now, I know that I'm not sure of the names quite yet. That might change. But these can't be kings of everybody, okay? Just these are 10-mile, 20-mile square areas. So it's not like he's rolling 500 miles around, or like Babylon ends up kind of like 1,000 miles. So the thing here is this kind of like I taking the word king and making them rulers of that area. The biggest thug on the block, pretty much, is what's going on back then. And these number of soldiers, this doesn't mean nothing today for us. So, like I said, there are reasons why I get rid of the blue stuff, and there it is. Take a screenshot of that for those that are new, because I'll pull that down pretty soon, because I try to use this area to discuss a lot of the text. And then this way you can also see this as what's coming up, in case you don't want to listen to me kind of like, what's that word? A servant to subjects. I think that's a close enough call to say that they're the same. So a very large amount is much bronze, okay? And then they made the pillars, and we know how much the pillars are going to be described later, how tall they are. So there was a lot, but I could only use one word here, and a lot of bronze was not there. Much bronze was the best I could come up with. So you might want to argue with me over that word, but that's the word I'm going to be using. This guy is the leader from up there, and it's actually this guy here is the leader, and it's not for this. This was, I don't even know what this is. Let me do this. That's, that isn't what I wanted. This is what I want. Image. Okay, yeah, it's up in here, and they're gonna call it in some city. Okay. Well, the thing here is it's got to be from Lebanon. Okay, so I'm making it the ruler from Lebanon, because now this guy was a ruler like a king. So I might have to use this as a king, but I'm going to make him a ruler. And this guy is actually a good guy. Shem's descendants, Noah's firstborn son, are the people in Lebanon. And this is why they would communicate with him, why David didn't go up there and challenge him, and this is why they were buddies. So they were Hebrews as well. So the thing here is they're from Lebanon is the better location than just a city. They were trying to make this as the capital of that city, and I just want to get rid of that assumption to make sure the reader understands that he's from Lebanon. Reading it this way, there is no understanding for that. He sends his son because they had fought them too, and then he sent tribute. That should be yellow. He has sent tribute for the many, with many kinds of articles, because he had to be sending this for some reason, not just because he defeated this guy, and they would have been Arams that he would have fought, and Arams would have been up in this area here, and that's why Lebanon is thanking him, and I got to get rid of that. Aram is up in here. Damascus is that little city that I got there. And then Lebanon. So he's coming from Lebanon, thanking him. So, but it has to be a tribute that he's given him, because later under Solomon's rule that you've seen here, that when I pulled up this map, he is going to get tribute from all these areas around, all these people that live throughout around here. So the thing here is tribute is the correct word for what he's sending him, to acknowledge, hey, thanks a lot, type of thing. And it carried away would be took, so there's no big change there. Reigned or ruled, so David ruled over all Israel. Administered, well, actually he brought justice. He didn't administer it, he brought justice. He's the king. He's going to assign that to bring it about to happen. Job is a commander. I had to add that word, commander. A lot of times when I'm editing the text, I find that I'm going through here. If it doesn't have a slash mark and it's green, it does mean I added it, but it's part of the two major words and the least amount of words together to make these verses. I have to color it yellow, and then that way, for those of you in the future listening to me, yes, I knew I made an error there. I do that quite often, and I'm shortening up the names because I've got that right to do that and help us all out. And this guy is just more than just a recorder. And scribe. A scribe would be like you had to be a scribe first before you become a recorder. So maybe these two words need to be switched in order, because you first have to be a scribe and then you're the recorder of what David does. So you can understand here by these words here that there are many scribes doing different things, but this was David's personal recorder. So this should have been colored green. It's not Amon. These guys have long died, gone. They don't even exist anymore. And you'll find that they're around, even the Canaanites are around at Jesus' time. So they don't care what they did to the text. So we have to have Edom, because this here is the guy that allowed David to run from Saul and gave him a location where Saul couldn't. He knew it was a separate kingdom, and Israel's a nation. Edom is actually Esau's, and I'm thinking about changing all the names of Edom to Esau's and going with that. So they were brothers as well. So he wouldn't have went in there. So it was a way for David to still live among Hebrews and still be close. Um, he went to show him kindness. Now, here's where I'm adding that I hid from Saul because he's showing me kindness. You guys don't know the story yet, but I do. This out of all the books I've done so far, no, I think this is going to come up in Samuel though. And then it's this guy here. I'm using these names here from the list from our creator's hidden format when that is the most technically correct of who's who. Uh, and that's why I used a cheat sheet and looked up and put his name in here because it's not this guy, because this group has been dead. I mean, they were killed off. Women, children, animals, everything was killed off. So oh, these guys are from Aram. That's right. They're up here. Let me, because this is what's going to happen right now. David sends this to this guy down here. Okay, is that good enough for you? Okay. Jericho is finally on the map. Now he sends people down to console him down here. These guys up here from Damascus or Aram, these are the guys down here consulting him as well. And they're questioning David right now whether if he is honoring your father or have they come to overthrow and spy you out. Okay. So then let's see. In this, they them. Okay. Now, Hebrews were those who were very obedient to our Creator know that you're not supposed to shave your beard. So to shave their beard is a shaming of them. So shaved their hair, and then they sent this message to David: "Hey, we can't come home right now. Everybody be wondering what's going on here." So they sent a runner to meet them. Now David tells, "Okay, here's shame." It says greatly humiliated, so I used shame. Shame is more the correct word. And they're at Jericho, so they stopped here at Jericho. Okay. And then David sent for him. And then what's going to happen, David is going to go fight these guys this way, and David's going to go up and fight the guys coming in here. And the other guys came down here and they were to help him. So I'm letting you in on what the text is going to start saying here pretty soon. So, yeah, David's going to be coming to battle. He was coming to battle because the text doesn't say that. In fact, I know the other story is about that, and they know that they're coming to battle. So this is one of the same stories of the same story, with different wording around it. So that guy from Edom sent to silver to Hadads that are up there in Edom or in Damascus, and sent his men to some men, many men. Couldn't put all of them because down later David's going to fight the other half. So some of them are coming to battle with him down there in Edom. This is a wasteland. This is, when you look on your maps today, you'll see what I mean by a wasteland in this area here. That's this here. It's outside this area. Over here is the desert. So the thing here is this is the roughage, where a lot of it is just nothing but sand, but straggling trees, but it's not barren yet. Okay, so that is a wasteland. Okay, and I'm using the word wasteland correctly because this is one of the few places that you can use the word wasteland. And I had to add the word all these yellow words that you see here to make these verses. But the object is all these things are needed to explain the battle and what's going on and where they're coming and going. And this is where Joab, who is David's commander, he's going to send them to Joab. Maybe that's up here. Anyways, the text jumps back and forth, but the object is this is going to be one battle and this is going to be the other battle. Like I said, this is what's going on. Joab's going to be sent down here, and I don't know if they're going to just come out here, go around the rivers, and come down through here to fight Edom. I don't know the land structure because I don't live there. I've looked at it, and some of this is my best guessing, but this is according to some of the words that you'll find in the text of what was on. David fought them, and Joab's going to be down here fighting them at this time. Now this here, see, these guys don't exist anymore. So when I was looking at it, can I change the name? Can I keep this as a 4-verse? Does it work? I'm not sure, so I'm going to leave it like this, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to take it out later because the text, when I start putting it together, this doesn't make any sense because pretty soon we're going to have David gathering a lot of the silver, gold, and bronze from other people that he just went and conquered. And that's why I said this here, when you look at it, this is all of, in fact, it looks like even, except for maybe the Chaldeans up in here, or Chaldeans, however you want to say it, might not have paid tribute, but everybody going around here paid tribute, and then Egypt. I think this is the river Egypt, and the Philistines live down here, but if they I think they were having to pay tribute, but I'm going to show that in the text. I want the text to start appearing before I get too far ahead of myself. And then Satan moved David to count Israel or take a census. So count is better. And he commanded Joab, who was his commander, to go count, not number, but count Israel's men and bring me a total, not word, but bring me word. Bring me the total so that I know their number. Bring me the word that I know the number. I mean, they can't even get the right text in there when they're adding it in 1977. Isn't that something? Then Joel give them the number. No, give them the total. Now it's giving them the total because some of these numbers we know that can't trust them, so they aren't useful to us anymore anyway. Now we have not a seer but a prophet, and I'm not sure about Gad yet if that name needs to be changed because I know there's 2 or 3 prophets around this time, maybe even 4 prophets around at this time, and I'm not sure if this is Nathan or it's Abijah, something. But anyways, okay, this was for counting the people, for counting them. He's going to be offered. It says 3 things, but I think when I'm going to go through in the next text, there's only 2 listed. So, so it's kind of funny that I don't have that in here. Let's see, choose one for yourself. Either 3 months of famine or 3 months before your foes, or 3 days of the sword from pestilence. Okay, yes, okay, this is 3. Okay, this is 3. I know in our creator's hidden formats, the third one didn't appear because I was more strict on myself of what I could actually do. I tried to be obedient to the format. Here I have a lot more leeway, so this will have 3, the other one will have 2. And not consider from them, but pick one. That's what he's asked them up in here. Choose. Okay, choose. So it has to be pick. And I will return your men. No, I will do to your men. And then David feels, hey, do I take it out on them when it was me? So he's going to beg our creator, not. Then David begged our creator, YV, and he did. He was the one that did the counting. Why are you taking it out on them? They have done nothing. I needed the word nothing here because that's what the conversation is calling for. Make it against me only. David's trying to separate them here in this subject, going back and forth. Against me and my father's household. No, our Creator isn't asking them. He offered him the choices. So, and now because of the story down here is too false of a story of, and I'm not going to try to make up anything of David's choice because he's here given a choice and he's telling him, make it me. And then he said, go to David because David, go offer on your altar a peace offering to me. A peace offering I'm adding, but that is strictly because it's offering for the nation to be at peace. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this, and because of these, doing this, see, it's got go up and build your altar. There's no altar to be built. Everything for our creator's right there at his tent for meeting. The thing here is this, um, they would be he would be saying there because the high priest is supposed to sacrifice the animal, take the offering of the animal, and this is a peace offering. So it was a peace offering that David offered him because our creator, it doesn't say here exactly why. I mean, all of a sudden he's kind of asking, only against me, and then all of a sudden, bingo. There's verses that are going to be stuck in here, okay, people? I'm pretty sure they're going to be verses, but the object here is there's got to be a quick ending to the story here. So because here, Oren turned back and saw the angel, and his 4 sons hid themselves. Kind of like, that's just nonsense. That's just nonsense. Then this is the guy. This guy here in the video before, he was where our creator. He owns the land. Yeah, where our creator killed a priest for putting his hand on the chest, and it was sliding on the poles because they're going up and down hills. So um, so this is where Jerusalem is going to get built. So David here is going to give him silver for his land, and because he's going to build he's going to make it a location for the tent like Shiloh. Okay, and then it's going to be Jerusalem where the house is permanently made. So, in fact, it's going to be right next to each other. So, uh, didn't move it anywhere. It's going to stay right here. It's not a tabernacle, it's a tent for meeting with our Creator. Our Creator decided this title for his tent. Make them stone cutters. He's going to gather Israelis to make them stone cutters. Remember, David is planning on building his house, and Solomon is going to say later that we built him a house forever. So these have to be blocks. Okay. And if you look up Jerusalem's quarries, I don't have that image in this list here. You will find that there is 2 granite quarries. One is near Jerusalem, the other one's near Hebron. But the object is he's going to, stone cutters are going to make blocks, not hew out of stones. No, they're going to go into a quarry and actually hew the blocks out. So this is not from stones. Hew out stones, hew out blocks to build a forever house, according to Solomon. He also prepared iron to make nails, and that's to build YHVH's house and fence. They're going to be putting wood inside the walls and remove the veil or the curtains that are there that in the tent. They're going to replace them with wood. So that's what these nails are going to be used for. And it's exceedingly magnificent. Well, the thing here is he's making it larger and greater. He's doubling the size of everything. Okay, so, or at least of the tent. The tent is 10 by 30. It's going to be 20 by 60. Okay, so it has to be larger and greater. Now David's going to die, and he's going to call Solomon and then tell him but see, there's a lot of story missing because David is told not to build a house, and your son will build it. And we're going to get some of that down here, but the story is missing right now. It's just out of order, and he tells them because you shed much blood, but actually he killed many. So I'm using these 2 words to try to make these 2 words. And wounded more and waged greater wars. That doesn't, no, that's what our Creator designed for David, to put them back together, to be his one he would, as long as he is obedient. Saul wasn't. So David was more obedient, and then he became the one that put Israel back together as one nation. And you will not build a house, his house, and items. I needed to add all these words here, okay? Because the items are the shovel, the pans, the hooks on the altar, the way the altars are made, the pails, the shovels, all this stuff I'm summing up as the word items, and they're all needed for forgiving. The whole idea of a tent for meeting with our Creator is to ask for your atonement for not obeying the 12 commandments. And let me put up the 12 commandments, and then I'll finish this video here. This is all about forgiving, so you can either stay in the nation of Israel, because if you weren't forgiven for those 12 sins, Those are sins. The 12 are sins. If you didn't obey, because they got to make a sin offering. So those 12 are sins, and there's 12 of them right there. And then it's needed to be forgiving. You have to understand everything that's going on. Why does the tent even exist? Okay. Once you understand that, then you'll understand sin, forgiving, all these other things, atonement. All those are very important words. All right, I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to start here at 22:09 when I come back.